What's going on, everyone? Badger here, and I was having such a lovely day. We had just finished pre-open bar on Nerd Wars channel, and we were just hanging out in the back room, and I happened to click on the twats, the X, the Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and I saw this story, and my day has been immeasurably ruined, and that is that Dave Bautista has been cast as the villain in Chad Stahelski's Highlander reboot, of course, alongside Henry Cavill and Russell Crowe. Something I was very much actually looking forward to, probably against all evidence and my better judgment, but I really like Henry Cavill. No homo. Well, maybe a little. Wouldn't kick him out of bed. I really like him as Superman. He keeps getting screwed over in all of the franchises he's been in, and I just want him to get a win. He genuinely seems to like Highlander, in not just one movie. He's watched the television series and he watched all the other movies, and I finally was like, okay, this is it. He's got Chad Stahelski. Chad knows how to write and shoot action scenes. Henry, who kept getting chastised for his like lore knowledge as a nerd. This happened to him in The Witcher. Finally, he's going to get someone that understands that, and he'll be able to put it all in action. And then the casting of Russell Crowe was an absolute win. The only question was, what are you going to do about the music? Because Queen obviously is super important to the soundtrack of the original. You're going to get someone comparable. It's very much like the Tron dilemma, if you will. If you don't have Daft Punk, but they got Nine Inch Nails, so you need someone comparable. And then who's going to play the Kurgan? Who could equal Clancy Brown? And current slim down Hollywood toting Dave Bautista isn't a couple years ago. Sure, I like him in 2049. I liked him as Jason Momoa's brother in the Apple TV show C, where everyone's blind. I mean, I'm just saying. So there's examples of him being good, but lately, I don't know. And the opposite of Clancy Brown. So here is, of course, should have had that. Here we go. Dave Bautista in final negotiations to play the villain in Amazon MGM's remake of the 1980s cult classic. The actors joining Henry Cavill and Russell Crowe, as said, in the action fantasy, which hails from Amazon MGM's United Artists banner and is slated to get a theatrical release. So it's not straight to streaming. Chad Stahelski is directing the feature that is due to begin principal photography at the end of September and shooting locales in the UK as well as Hong Kong. So it is a worldwide venture. It is going to be McLeod, played by Henry, and they range from the 1400s to Japan to modern times, and even slightly in the future. So in the remake, Cavill is playing McLeod while Crowe is Ramirez. Industry actress Marissa Abella has also has a leading part. Bautista will have the plum role of the immortal barbarian known as the Kurgan. So it's not going to be a new villain. It is going to be the Kurgan, who has been killing other immortals across the centuries in order to absorb their essence. Clancy Brown, memorably, yes, it's one of his most goated roles. Better to burn out than to fade away. Bautista's imminent boarding is both a full circle moment and a fan cast materializing in real life. Bautista was circling the Kurgan back in 2015, which I would have argued I would have been far more excited for 10 years ago, when a version was being put together under the direction of Cedric Nicholas Troyan for Summit Entertainment. Summit Entertainment would have been a red flag, though. In recent months, fans have shipped Cavill and Bautista as the opposing immortal warriors in fan-made trailers, which they've linked to here. So Hollywood Reporter linking to a fan trailer. And yeah, that is the story Morning Glory. So if you want Henry to have a win finally, there's a chance for this. But the question is, which Bautista are we going to get? Is he going to go back to the gym? Is he going to get it shape in this? Is he going to be able to be a formidable opponent to Henry? You need to pit them opposite and like actually have us be worried that Henry might lose, because there is a staggering physical difference between Christopher Lambert in the 81 and Clancy Brown as the Kurgan. One's a Scotsman, the other one is on the doorsteps of Russia, where they would throw children into pits of hungry dogs to have them fight for food. So that's the group that the Kurgan came out of. So yeah, he has to be a whole other element. The customized sword, I just hope they keep a lot of the same elements from the original one that makes you like Kurgan for what he is. And a lot of that is just simply the acting choices made by Clancy Brown. And I don't see them going the same direction. Like, even if I'm to Steelman this, and we're probably going to get a more stoic version of the Kurgan than we are normally used to seeing with Clancy. At least that would be my guess. But yeah, just off the cuff, I'm not exactly happy about this, but here's hoping that Henry will get his win and that Dave can pull it together and give us just a decent, villainous, but nuanced performance. You let me know what you think about all this. Either way, make sure to like, share, and sub. We are getting very close to that 9,500, and then it's just a hop, skip, and a jump away from 10,000. And then we can start the obsession about the next number because it never ends. Anyway, let me know what you think.
Well, bye.